It's another Sunday, it's another brawl, what are we doing?
Nonsense Rumble!
That's right, it's that time of the week again. We're going to dive straight in. What's the category today, Rick?
Today we're doing a Dark-type Pokemon.
Yes, with the usual caveat of no legends. Hopefully you all know the drill by now. If you don't, we pick things to fit into the category and we argue why our pick would win.
Yeah, we fight with our words, not with our fists. So what's going to be your pick for today? Or sorry, do you have any honourable mentions this week?
Isn't this usually the opposite way around? Don't you go first? So, yeah, honourable mention.
Sure. Okay, my honourable mention this week is Greninja, and only because its most powerful form was both banned in competitive and is no longer accessible, the Ash Greninja.
Oh, yeah, no, you wouldn't be a... Yeah, because that variant wouldn't be allowed anyway, because that's a specific Pokemon. It's not something you can catch in the wild.
Yeah, that's basically on the rank of legendary in terms of uniqueness.
Yeah, makes sense.
So yeah, that's partly why I discounted it, but hopefully I picked an even better one.
I've got a question.
An honorable mention today.
I've got a question, legitimately. Does Ash's Greninja wear Ash's hat?
I don't think it does, but when it transforms, it gets a. They both do the same moves, so they kind of like sync up, and like Ash suffers all the damage that it suffers.
No, that can't happen in the video game, Rick.
Yeah, that bit doesn't happen, but yeah, it transforms into like a. Actually, does it wear the hat? It does a little transformation. I know it gets like a shuriken on its back instead of not at all.
Oh, I just wanted to ask because like there's special Digimon in the Digimon games, and they have the hairstyle and the hats of their tamers in the shows.
Yeah. It just looks more ninja-y.
That's not fucking specific.
Yeah, so it gets a little thing on its head that is red. As opposed to a regular Greninja, which, doesn't. So I can send you a little picture.
Yeah, sure, man. I won't be looking at it until after the episode's done, but sure.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah, do you have a honourable mention this week?
My honourable mention is an honourable mention because, much like you, I think it's technically on the legendary tier list, and that is Urshifu, single strike style.
Yeah, Urshifu is very definitely on the legendary team, and that's why I also completely skipped over it.
Yeah, so it's one of those where I can see why you wouldn't necessarily think of this as a legendary, but I'm thinking about it, I'm like, it kind of is though, isn't it? And I'm glad that you said yes, it is, because now it's a valid reason for me putting it as an honourable mention.
Yeah, it's one of those where it kind of isn't in terms of how you think about it, but in the game terms it is.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I also just like it. It's a cool Pokemon. I especially like any Pokemon that has a splitting route, evolution-wise.
Yeah.
This one's weird with it evolving into the same thing. It just fights differently. It's a bit silly.
Yeah, it's the same Pokemon, but it's got one type that's different. They're both fighting.
Yeah.
And basically it's got one move that's different.
Yeah. It's signature move, funny enough.
Yeah. And they both kind of do the same thing of, overcoming the metagame.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, honourable mentions are always fun because we get to see an insight into our opponent's mind, because this is, for all intents and purposes, a competition. So, with that in mind, Rick, who is your actual pick? I don't know why I'm talking like Will Shatner.
My pick this week is Meowscarada. And
oh, you dirty bastard!
Yes, so Meowscarada's gimmick in Gen 9, with its hidden ability, is Protean. It can change to be whatever type it wants to be based on some of the moves that it has, including Play Rough, which is a fairy type move, which is a perfect counter to Dark because it resists Dark and it's good against Dark. It also has U-Turn, which is also good against Dark and good against a lot of other things that are paired with Dark. And it's the signature grass move is auto crits and goes infinite accuracy. It's just a really good Pokemon, and I think it wins a lot of matchups, including
today's, because I could tell you that for free. You know what the most annoying thing about this is? I was going to pick...
you picked regular Greninja.
No, I didn't pick regular Greninja, but I was contemplating picking Quillfish.
Okay.
Which would have been a pretty decent counter, given it's half dark, half poison. I think it's the Hisuian one, granted.
Yeah, the Hisuian one, Overquill.
Which, would have been, a pretty good counter, because poison's good against grass anyway, and if you turn fairy, fuck you.
And its only weakness is ground.
But yes, what I actually went for was another panda, despite hating them. I went for Pangoro.
Oh man, Pangoro's a cool one. It was up there on my list of things to maybe pick. Dark has got so many cool picks.
Oh, it does, man. Like, even the innocent fucking Sneasel, which, like, is one of the OG dark types.
Yeah. Like Weavile ran away with the metagame for so long, despite having such a bad type combo. Like, Dark is cool, Ice is awful.
Yeah, but it's also because speed is king. It's always been king. They've never changed the meta in that regard.
Yeah. If you are fast and strong, you win.
Yeah, exactly, man. And, like, Weevil is custom built for Quick Claw anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress. I picked Pangoro because I like the concept of this fighting type Pokemon becoming a delinquent by hanging around dark types. Like,
yeah, that's such a cute little way of evolving.
it's so adorable. And it turns into this beast of a fucking Pokemon. It's fighting dark, which actually isn't that rare of a type combo.
Well, it isn't that super common. Like, there's Scraggy, and there's Urshifu.
Yeah, but
I don't think there's anything other than that, to be honest.
It's just like dark types are usually like there's not that many dark combos. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
I looked down the dark list, and there isn't actually that like there's a lot less dark combo types than there is dark soul types, which is very uncommon.
Yes.
You know? But anyway, I digress. Unless you start counting legendaries, there's a lot of dark type legendaries because dark is cool.
Yeah. Although I think they only started with, like, Darkrai, which is, like, mono dark. And then it wasn't until, like...
Well, Gen 9 had 4 of the bastards.
Oh, yeah, Gen 9 had 4 of them, because that was the quartet. They were, like, the answer to the Fairy Tapus. But it wasn't really until Yveltal that there was, like, a dark type box legendary. And that was to be opposite the very first fairy legendary.
Yeah, guess what? Xerneas wins that fight.
It does.
Every
day of the week.
Because even disregarding the type advantage, which it definitely has in spades, it just looks cooler.
Yeah. And also, you know, its signature move is, you know, it works with its ability, whereas Yveltal's signature move is Oblivion Wing, which is flying, which, yeah, it gets stab on it, but it doesn't get the boost from its dark aura.
Yeah, but it kind of makes sense if it's meant to fight against Xerneas, where Xerneas' type is fairy, so its special move is automatically useless against it.
Yeah. But after all that, yeah, I think Meowscarada runs away with this. Even without the hidden ability, it's still got Play Rough, so that's 4 times effective with high speed.
Yeah, but I counter that without your little ability to make things super, super strong, that like it's still going to take a lot of damage from one punch.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'd say you definitely need... I'd say you need the Proteon ability to make it a one-hit kill beast of a fight. However, without that, I think you still win quite easily, but you won't come out unscathed. Like, because fighting attacks are strong by default. They have a lot of strength. A damage. Their damage number is usually 80 minimum, unless you're doing like fucking what's the fucking seismic throw? Because that's fixed damage, isn't it?
Yeah. A lot of them are like really high power. Like some of them are high power in exchange for low accuracy, and then you got like Aura Sphere, which is infinite accuracy, and it's like the best infinite accuracy move there is.
Yeah, except it's also special attack, which fighting types are usually crap with.
Yeah, apart from like Lucario.
Yeah, but guess what? It's Lucario's fucking move.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking like one cross chop, you're going to have a bad day.
Yep.
But yeah, it's one of those where Meowscarada... let's do it normally. Let's do it officially. Rick, do your voice.
Meowscarada wins!
Yeah, Meowscarada wins. I think Pangoro would do some damage on the way down, but there's no argument that Meowscarada is winning this fight.
Yeah, I think the only way Pangoro might win is if you got like a focus sash and using counter.
Yeah, you've got that. Also just a crit.
Yeah.
But you can't rely on crits in this hypothetical argument because then we just talk around in circles all day.
Yeah. We also tend not to include items because they violate the if clause.
Yes, but we also tend to not include specific abilities either, like a hidden ability, because it violates the if clause. So don't pull that card, you knobhead. But yeah, Meowscarada wins. That's another Pokemon battle in the books. Who knows what we've started just doing RNG number generator for what Pokemon types we're doing, so who knows what the next one will be.
Well, we definitely don't. We know it's not going to be fire, ice, not ice, fire, water, grass, or dark. That's all we know.
And join us again next week for something completely unrelated to Pokemon, we're sure.
Yes. See you later, everybody.